when attachment hurts the most. There comes a moment in everyone's life when something or someone we thought we couldn't live without begins to slip away. You try to hold on, you try harder, but the more you hold, the more it hurts. Have you ever wondered why letting go feels like losing a part of yourself? Why our peace depends so much on people, things, or outcomes we can't control? Today, I want to tell you a story, not just about letting go, but about rising above attachment. A story that reveals how detachment doesn't mean not caring. It means caring deeply without letting it destroy your peace. Aman was a quiet man. He had a good job, a loving girlfriend, and plans for a life full of dreams. But, like many of us, he built his happiness on fragile foundations, on things that could leave at any time. One evening, as the rain fell outside his apartment, Aman received a text message that shattered him. Just 5 words. "I think we should end this." His world collapsed. Days turned into nights of silence. He replayed every moment, every word, every memory, wondering what went wrong. He begged, he argued, he blamed himself, but nothing changed. In that silence, he realized something powerful. He wasn't just mourning the relationship, he was mourning the loss of control. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Is greater than, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." We suffer not because life is cruel, but because we try to control what was never ours to begin with. Detachment begins when we stop trying to control outcomes and start controlling our responses. Aman didn't know it yet, but his heartbreak was the beginning of his awakening. It took Aman weeks to realize silence can teach what words never can. He had spent years chasing external validation, approval from others, success at work, and affection from someone else. But now, all of that was gone. The apartment felt colder. His phone barely rang. And in that quiet space, something unexpected happened. He started listening to himself. One afternoon, Aman sat alone in a small park. An old man nearby was feeding pigeons, calm, slow, almost timeless. Aman noticed his serenity and couldn't resist asking, "Aman, sir, how do you stay so calm? Don't you ever get tired of people leaving or life changing?" The old man smiled. "Old man, of course, I've lost much. Friends, family, even health. But I realized long ago nothing truly belongs to us. We are only visitors here. Everything we love, we borrow for a while." This doesn't mean don't love. It means love freely, without possession. Be grateful for every moment, but don't make it your identity. Aman began journaling every morning. At first, his pages were filled with pain, questions, anger, guilt. But slowly, his words started to shift. He began writing, "What is in my control today? What can I accept instead of resist? How can I choose peace over reaction?" Every time he wrote, he felt lighter. He realized that detachment wasn't coldness, it was clarity. He stopped checking his phone for messages that never came. He started walking without headphones, listening to the world again. He noticed the sound of leaves, the laughter of children, the warmth of sunlight. For the first time in months, Aman was present. Detachment is not running away. It's being fully present without being owned by your emotions. When you stop chasing what left, you start noticing what stayed. Peace, breath, life itself. Weeks passed, and Aman's mornings no longer started with chaos. He no longer scrolled through his phone searching for meaning. Instead, he sat by the window, took a deep breath, and wrote in his journal. That moment wasn't about her anymore, it was about him. The man who had learned that peace was more valuable than attention. Stoicism teaches that true power is self-control. It's not improving a point, winning an argument, or changing others. It's in mastering your reactions. When you don't respond to chaos, you stop feeding it. And when you stop feeding it, you rise above it. He didn't realize it then, but every morning, every page was rebuilding him, not into who he was, but into someone new. One afternoon, Aman received a message. It was her, the person he had spent months trying to forget. His heart raced, his mind flooded with memories. For a few seconds, he froze, torn between the old desire to reply and the new calm he had built. He closed his eyes and whispered Marcus Aurelius's words, "Is greater than, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Aman smiled slightly. Instead of reacting, he simply put the phone down. No anger, no longing, just acceptance. That moment wasn't about her anymore, it was about him. The man who had learned that peace was more valuable than attention. Stoicism teaches that true power is self-control. It's not improving a point, winning an argument, or changing others. It's in mastering your reactions. When you don't respond to chaos, you stop feeding it. And when you stop feeding it, you rise above it. Days later, Aman met his old friend Raza for coffee. Raza looked at him and said, "You've changed, man. You look peaceful." Aman laughed. "I just stopped trying to control everything that's not mine to control." Raza smiled, confused but intrigued. "So, what's the secret?" Aman replied softly, "Detachment. It's not about not caring. It's about caring wisely." For the first time, Aman didn't feel empty without someone else. He felt whole. He realized peace wasn't something you find outside. It's something you build inside. When life feels heavy, remember, the more you cling, the more you suffer. Let go, and you'll discover that strength was always within you. Just like a calm sea reflects the sky, a calm mind reflects truth. That moment wasn't about her anymore, it was about him. The man who had learned that peace was more valuable than attention. Stoicism teaches that true power is self-control. It's not improving a point, winning an argument, or changing others. It's in mastering your reactions. When you don't respond to chaos, you stop feeding it. And when you stop feeding it, you rise above it. Days later, Aman met his old friend Raza for coffee. Raza looked at him and said, "You've changed, man. You look peaceful." Aman laughed. "I just stopped trying to control everything that's not mine to control." Raza smiled, confused but intrigued. "So, what's the secret?" Aman replied softly, "Detachment. It's not about not caring. It's about caring wisely." For the first time, Aman didn't feel empty without someone else. He felt whole. He realized peace wasn't something you find outside. It's something you build inside. When life feels heavy, remember, the more you cling, the more you suffer. Let go, and you'll discover that strength was always within you. Just like a calm sea reflects the sky, a calm mind reflects truth. In detachment, Aman didn't lose himself. He finally met himself. Have you ever felt trapped by your own emotions? Like every little setback steals your peace? Let's explore how Stoicism teaches us to detach without being cold and rise above emotional turbulence. Imagine this. You're at work, and a colleague takes credit for your idea. Your first reaction might be anger or resentment, but a Stoic asks, "Is this within my control?" The answer, no. What is within your control is your response. So instead of reacting impulsively, you pause. You breathe. You say to yourself, "Their actions don't define me. My virtue does." That simple mindset shift is detachment. You acknowledge your emotions without letting them dictate your actions. Daily detachment isn't about withdrawing from life. It's about seeing clearly what belongs to you and what doesn't. Your thoughts, your choices, your values, these are yours. Other people's opinions, outcomes, or mistakes, they aren't. Here's a small exercise to start practicing today. 1. Every morning, remind yourself, I cannot control what happens, only how I respond. When stress or anger arises, pause and ask, will this matter in a year? In a month? 3. Let go of outcomes you cannot influence. Focus on your effort and your character. By doing this consistently, you build a shield around your inner peace. You start to rise above petty frustrations, criticism, and disappointment. Detachment becomes freedom. Freedom becomes strength. Remember, emotional freedom isn't about feeling nothing. It's about choosing what deserves your energy. And in that choice lies true power. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and learn how to live a life unshaken by external chaos. Let's bring this idea to life. Meet Sarah. She was constantly stressed. Her friends' opinions, her boss's criticism, and her own high expectations weighed her down. Every small setback felt like a personal attack. Then, she discovered Stoicism. Sarah started practicing detachment. When her ideas were ignored at work, instead of feeling crushed, she reminded herself, I can control my effort, not others' recognition. She focused on doing her best, staying calm, and being consistent. Over time, something remarkable happened. People noticed her reliability and calm nature. But more importantly, Sarah felt lighter, freer, and more confident. She no longer wasted energy on things beyond her control. Her emotional freedom became her superpower. Stoicism teaches us the same lesson. Detach, but don't withdraw. Care deeply, but don't be enslaved. Rise above what you cannot control, and channel your energy into what you can. So, next time life tests you, remember Sarah. Remember yourself. Detach, observe, and choose how you respond. That's the path to emotional freedom. Embrace detachment, rise above turmoil, and live with Stoic strength. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and transform the way you face life. Now that you understand detachment and have seen it in action, let's take it a step further. Stoicism isn't just about pausing or observing. It's about training your mind to stay steady in any situation. One advanced practice is called negative visualization. Imagine losing something you deeply care about, a job, a relationship, or even comfort. Not to make yourself sad, but to prepare your mind. By visualizing loss, you learn to appreciate what you have and reduce fear when change comes. Another key practice is mindful response. Instead of reacting to every insult, failure, or criticism, pause. Ask yourself, does this truly affect my virtue or my character? If the answer is no, let it pass. Energy spent on things beyond control is wasted energy. Here's a small routine to implement these practices daily. 1. Morning reflection. Spend 5 minutes thinking about challenges you might face today. Mentally prepare for setbacks. Pause before reaction. When triggered, breathe. Observe the emotion and respond thoughtfully. 3. Evening review. Reflect on the day. Did you react to what you could control? Or did you give energy to what you couldn't? Adjust for tomorrow. By consistently applying these advanced Stoic techniques, you strengthen your inner fortress. Life will still have chaos, but you'll remain calm, centered, and free. Remember, emotional freedom is a skill, not a gift. And like any skill, it grows with practice. Rise above emotional turbulence, master your responses, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to transform your life. Overcoming challenges and applying Stoicism in real life. By now, you've learned about detachment, practicing it daily, and advanced Stoic techniques. But life isn't always smooth. Challenges will test your emotional freedom. Imagine this. You're criticized unfairly. A friendship ends abruptly. or a goal fails. Naturally, emotions surge: anger, sadness, frustration. This is where most people get trapped, but Stoicism teaches your peace depends on how you respond, not on the situation itself. Here are practical ways to overcome these challenges. 1. Reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow? Every difficulty is an opportunity for strength. 2. Focus on control. Separate what you can control from what you cannot. Your effort, mindset, and choices, yes. Others' actions or opinions, no. 3. Detach emotionally, not socially. Detachment doesn't mean isolation. Care and love deeply, but don't let outcomes enslave your peace. 4. Daily reflection. Spend 5 minutes each night reflecting. Did you react to what you could control? Did you let anything steal your calm? Adjust tomorrow. Remember, Stoic wisdom isn't theoretical, it's practical. You'll fail sometimes. You'll feel anger or sadness, but each time you practice detachment, pause before reacting, and focus on your virtue, you strengthen your emotional freedom. Conclusion: emotional freedom is a lifelong journey. Detach from what you cannot control. Rise above life's turbulence. Build your inner fortress, and always return to the core Stoic principle. It's not events that disturb us, but our judgments about them. Apply these lessons daily, strengthen your inner calm, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to guide your life toward peace and resilience. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom and learn how to live a life unshaken by external chaos.